This is the Savvy Investor radio show and podcast. For help with your retirement, schedule a 15-minute phone conversation with the team at ProStatus Financial Advisors today. Just call 866-597-1040 and at thesavvyinvestorradio.com.
So June is a month with a lot of weddings, a lot of June brides out there, and there's a new survey that says the average cost to attend a wedding, you're going to get some invites, obviously, is about $500. You gotta travel, you gotta, get the tux, whatever you got to do. But boy, if somebody calls you and says they want a destination wedding, you're in for it. Just hope you don't get that invitation. This is a comedian. His name is Anthony Rubistiano, and he has been invited to a destination wedding.
Wedding invites back in the day used to sound a little bit like, Jess and Mike are getting married at the church down the street, reception to follow. If you cannot make it, we still love you. But if you do make it, we are so very grateful that you are spending our special day together. Wedding invites today. Jess and Mike are getting married at a 16-star resort in the Dominican Republic. We have reserved a block of hotel rooms for a cheap price of $1,700 a night. If you have children, please spend the money to hire a babysitter because we do not want them on our special day. We have provided you with 58 links on our wedding website. It's probably best that you take the remainder of your PTO that you have on us to celebrate our day. We really hope you can make it. If you do not, I promise you we will hate you for the rest of our life.
That's about it, right? Well, Sam, I mean, you're engaged. Right?
I feel
this
personally
fall, right? This
victimized by this video because I am having a destination wedding.
Well, okay, so did you say that is the same thing? You have rooms reserved?
I do. And no kids are invited either. So it's so fitting. I was like, man, this is directed right to me.
Mike, have you been in a destination wedding or been invited to a destination wedding where you have to really open up the wallet and go?
So my destination weddings haven't been exotic like that. They've been, other states that I've had to go, and that's much more palatable.
Okay.
But I'm 62. I'm a grumpy old man, so I don't quite have those issues that those youngsters do that have to go to the destination. All I can think of though is that mom and dad having to foot the bill because even though my friends are flying into I guess the Dominican Republic, even though that's happening, that expense happens. The fact is all of a sudden mom and dad are footing a huge bill. And to some extent, this is why income planning, I hate to say it that way. That's why income planning and asset allocation is so important. I mean, most of us have saved money our entire lives, made whatever choices we made, smart decisions, so that we could have the necessary assets to retire in the way we want, right? We were looking forward to retirement. And the fact is that when we're doing our plans, we know we always have to put aside some extra money for the round to it list, the bucket list, the honey-do list. And clearly this falls into one of those categories. So at the end of the day, if you're sitting down and you're trying to create those income streams and you're looking at retirement, and it's not just destination weddings that come up, right? I mean, cars. Yeah. Well, the reality is, and Randy, you know this as well as I do, our kids are always our kids. From the time they are born to the time we die, we're always worried about them, right? We always want them to be successful. We're always looking out for them. We're always thinking about them. And most of us as parents, we're dealing with a woman right now that the way we designed her plan, it was, from my perspective, it was perfect. It was perfect. Yeah. And she had an income stream to more than cover her bills. We had better part of $1 million left over, right? So at the end of the day, our goal is always to use the least amount of assets necessary, committed towards the income stream, right? Because if you need $50,000 from your investments, you can put, $1 million into, or $1.25 million into an equity portfolio. All things being equal, it's not liquid because you can't touch it. Because if you touch it, you won't have your $50,000. You could put, about $1 million into a preferred stock portfolio because they're going to pay about 5, 6, 7%. But again, you can't touch it. Or you could put, $700,000 or $800,000 into annuity. The nice thing about the annuity is you transfer the risk to an insurance company that the insurance company is going to guarantee the income. But more importantly, from our perspective, it's not the fact that it's an insurance company per se, but it's the least amount of money necessary. So, for this, client out in, Sue out in Bethesda, we put aside this money. We set it up perfectly. She did a little bit of each. She had some money coming up from her preferred stock portfolio. She had some money in some annuities that she was going to create. But the two of those things were going to create the income she needs. She has $1 million left over. And I swear to God, just in the last 3 or 4 years, she spent the better part of $500,000 on one daughter. And that's that honey-do list, the bucket list, the round two list. That's those things that come up. Now, normally, to be fair, we don't earmark an extra $100,000 or $500,000 for the extras. We normally allocate an extra $10,000 to $20,000 a year for the honey-do list, the bucket list, the round two list. But the fact is that if you've sat down with an advisor or if you're creating your own retirement plan, and you haven't accommodated, if you haven't taken into account that literally the honey-do list, the bucket list, the round to it, if you haven't taken into account that most people are going to spend more money during retirement than they did when they were working, if you haven't thought that through, pick up the phone and give us a call at 866-597-1040, 866-597-1040. Sit down with Ryan, myself, and our team. We will show you how to create income streams that you will never outlive. We're going to talk to you about fees, long-term care, estate planning, but more importantly, taxes, and that honey-do list, round to it list, bucket list, those extras in life. Pick up the phone, 866-597-1040.
Hey, last year I had a tree fall through the roof of my house. We were out for 4 months, and it was a big expense. Insurance did some of it. They didn't do all of it. These things happen. Life happens when you're in retirement and when you're not. And these expenses take place. To make sure that you have that fund, that line item, that area covered in your retirement plan, let's sit down and build that together at ProStatus Financial. If you've saved $500,000 or more for retirement, this is where you're really going to see the power of retirement planning and tax planning, Social Security planning, income planning really kick in. Let's build a plan like that for you. Give us a call, 866-597-1040. 866-597-1040. That triggers a 15-minute call. It's free. We sit down. We talk about what your concerns are about retirement. Let's get them out on the table. You can also use our website, thesavvyinvestorradio.com. 2 V's in Savvy, thesavvyinvestorradio.com, and you'll see a button there that says Income Analyzer. Click on that. You'll be on your way. All right, Sam, you're on the spot now. The spotlight is right on you. How many people have you put in this position? How many people are invited to your destination wedding?
So we have 50.
Okay.
And against Mike's point, it is actually cheaper to get married in the Bahamas than it was to get married in Annapolis, Maryland.
Really?
Which is why we did it there.
Cheaper? Wait.
It was cheaper.
Cheaper for who? Not for your guest?
Correct.
Okay. All right. All right. Just so we're on the same page. But you're right. The conversation is about mom and dad and savings and stuff. Right.
All right. But at the same time, this is something that I know that you sit down with people and have to build every day. There's income for daily expenses. There's income for the trips and the fun and retirement. But there's also got to be that on the side, what's going to happen if something like this takes place? That's got to be built in there too, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, we have clients that come in all the time and they've met with other advisors, they've talked to other people, and those advisors have given them, here's a budget, fill in all of these different line items so we can make sure we earmark every single dollar for it.
I got to tell you, I'm not happy about that idea at all. If my wife ever made me account for every penny that I spent, I'm almost positive I'd be dead, right? But she certainly would not be happy. So, yeah, that whole budget thing. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it is very restrictive. But also, we kind of go at it a different way. We want to make sure that we are covering your income in retirement. We don't want you to not have as much money. People think, oh, in retirement, my expenses are going to be cut. I'm just going to sit at home all day. We see 99% of the time that's not the case. I mean, we see from the time you retire until about 75, people want to go on trips. They want to go see their grandkids. They want to do those honey-do lists. Their expenses are the same or sometimes even higher. And then we get to another point in life between 75, 80, 85, where, okay, you're slowing down a little bit. You really can't take those trips. But
nap time,
you're relaxing, you're enjoying it. But then 80, 85 and on, we start to see those expenses pop back up again. I mean, we're looking at healthcare costs. We're looking at long-term care costs. We're looking at an industry that's growing or is more expensive more than anything else in the world. So here at ProStatus, what we do is we plan for that stuff, especially healthcare. Our inflation rate for healthcare is higher than a lot of other companies because we want to be sure that we are accounting for those additional long-term care healthcare expenses. And really, we're looking at it. We want to make sure your income's covered. And then all that extra money is going to be that fun honey-to-do list money. We do have the ability to earmark certain things, but we don't want to be restrictive for you. Now, if you're coming up to retirement and you're worried that you don't have enough income to continue your current lifestyle, give us a call. 866-597-1040. Again, that's 866-597-1040. Come into the office. We'll look at your income. We'll look at your expenses. We'll look at long-term care, how that's going to be covered, your life insurance, your risk tolerance, your risk management, making sure that all of the dollars that are associated with you fit into one cohesive plan. Again, come into the office, sit down with us, 866-597-1040, or visit us at thesavvyinvestorradio.com. That's thesavvyinvestorradio.com with 2 V's.
As Samantha kind of explains it, spending in retirement's a little bit like a smile. You spend a lot at the beginning, and then it goes down a little bit, and then it goes right back up for healthcare when you get into your later years. We need the income to cover all of that. Give us a call at ProStatus Financial. Here's our number, 866-597-1040. We're going to sit down. It just starts with a 15-minute phone conversation to get your concerns out on the table. Let's talk through what we can do for you at ProStatus. If you've saved $500,000 or more for retirement, this is where you're going to see the power of planning really kick in. 866-597-1040 or thesavvyinvestorradio.com. You can click on the button there that says the Income Analyzer, and you'll be on your way. Again, thesavvyinvestorradio.com.
Advisory services offered through ProStatus Financial Advisors Group, a registered investment advisor. Insurance licensed in Maryland. ProStatus Financial Advisors Group, LLC is not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if ProStatus Financial Advisors Group is licensed in your state, please call 410-863-1040. ProStatus Group, LLC is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through representatives of ProStatus Financial Advisors Group.